In the back of your mind during the last few films, a question must have nagged at you. Why do all the superheroes suddenly have a child? Tony Stark's little daughter, Hulk's space kid, Black Panther's secret son, Thor's adopted divine daughter. This is no coincidence. This is a plan. And this plan is rebuilding Marvel's entire future. What I'm going to tell you today is this. Who are the original Avengers children? How were they introduced in the MCU? And what epic stories did these children carry in the comics? Get ready, because this is not an ending, it's a beginning. Iron Man's daughter, Morgan Stark. I love you 3000. When you heard that line, your chest probably tightened. In one of the Avengers Endgame scenes, a little girl appeared holding an Iron Man helmet. After Thanos' snap, Tony Stark settled down with Pepper Potts and their daughter Morgan was born. Morgan was so intertwined with her father that we lived through that unforgettable scene just before Tony's death. This is where Marvel did something deliberate. During the filming of Avengers Endgame, Catherine Langford was cast to play an older version of Morgan. A scene was filmed in which they reunited in the Soul World after Tony's death. However, the confusion it created among test audiences led to the scene being cut. So we said goodbye to Tony without ever seeing Morgan grown up. Peak MCU tragedy energy. So does Iron Man have a daughter in the comics? The answer to that question will surprise you a little. In Marvel Comics, the character named Morgan Stark is actually not Tony's daughter, but his cousin, a male character, and a villain at that. Tony's uncle Edward transferred his shares in Stark Industries to Howard Stark, and Morgan spent his entire life scheming to seize the family fortune. So the MCU created something entirely original here. It took the name of the villainous male Morgan character and transformed it into Tony's loving little girl. But what really matters is this. Concept art leaked in March 2025 revealed a canceled animated project called Iron Man 3000, in which a young Morgan Stark would go on adventures in Iron Man suits alongside Pepper Potts. Now think about it. Morgan Stark is still young, just growing up within the MCU timeline, and she has a brilliant intellect inherited from her father. Could she one day step into the armor just like him? Skaar. You could call this expecting the unexpected. The finale of She-Hulk Attorney at Law dragged viewers into a wild finish that demolished its own logic, brought a Kevin Feige robot on screen, and had Jennifer Walters take shots at superhero cliches. And right at the very last scene, as the family was having a picnic, Bruce Banner walked through the door, and he wasn't alone. Bruce Banner introduced his Sakaran son at the family dinner, and in doing so, revealed why he had gone to Skaar in the first place. That's how Hulk's secret child said hello to the MCU. If he walked into a crowded room and asked, "Who's my father?" the answer would be surprising. Skaar is the son of Hulk/Bruce Banner and Kyera, an alien being. Kyera was a powerful warrior from the Shadow People of Skaar who met Hulk during the Planet Hulk storyline. She was created by writer Greg Pak and artist John Romita Jr. In that scene of destruction, the warp core of Hulk's spaceship exploded, killing millions of people, and Kyera was among the victims. Hulk returned to Earth believing his pregnant wife had also perished, driven by a desire for revenge. But before she died, Kyera had wrapped their baby in a protective cocoon. Dramatic, right? Skaar inherited all of Hulk's powers from his father. But what makes him even more dangerous is the old power ability he received from his mother. The power to mentally control Earth, rocks, and lava. This makes him an even more dangerous character than Hulk. In the MCU version, we still know very little. Bruce brought him to the family dinner, and everyone's jaw dropped. We didn't even hear Skaar speak. That's no accident. You know Marvel's wait and make them wonder tactic. That's exactly what this is. And here's a hotly debated question. What will Skaar's real role be? In the comics, he became a Dark Avenger. In the MCU, he looks tailor-made for the young Avengers. Do you think Skaar will be a hero or a villain? Let me know in the comments. Thor's adopted divine daughter, Love. Pay close attention to where this story begins. The opening scene of Thor, Love and Thunder, on a barren, desolate planet. A father carries his daughter. The girl dies. The father pleads with his god, but no one answers. And that desperation turns into a god-slaughtering rampage that will shake the universe. The film started so powerfully that people felt let down by what followed. But here's the real point. The person this film calls Love was at the very center of the entire story. Love is Gorr's daughter, brought back to life by eternity and transformed, through Gorr's final wish, into a little divine girl adopted by Thor. As told in the film, this duo became known as Love and Thunder, and protects planets across the galaxy. Love possesses enormous powers. She can lift Stormbreaker, a reminder that Thor never said just anyone could do that, fires cosmic energy blasts from her eyes, and has superhuman strength. So does Thor have a daughter in the comics? There is no such character in Marvel Comics, but in an alternate universe, Thor has a daughter with Sif named Torunn, Thor's daughter. What's interesting is that the name Torunn means Thor's love in Old Norse, a subtle comics connection built into the Love character. And a bonus fact, the child who played Love is actually Chris Hemsworth's real-life daughter, India Rose Hemsworth. Director Taika Waititi noticed on set, "We asked around, and almost all the actors have children." And so this family film became a truly real family film. A father-daughter duo protecting the universe. Literally a family sitcom, but on a cosmic scale. Black Panther's secret son, Toussaint/T'Challa II. This scene cast a spell of silence over cinema audiences. The final scene of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Shuri visits Nakia in Haiti. A small child steps out from the doorway. Nakia begins to explain. T'Challa knew. He planned everything. He just made sure no one knew about this son. The child's Haitian name is Toussaint, but his true Wakandan name is T'Challa II. Nakia and T'Challa kept their son hidden to live a life away from royal pressure. Even when T'Challa came to understand his illness was coming, he told them not to come to the funeral. This scene wasn't just fiction. It was also a tribute to Chadwick Boseman. It truly broke you in the most real sense. So how did the comics handle this? In the main Marvel universe, T'Challa has no son. However, in an alternate universe, he has a son named Azari, whose mother is Storm, X-Men member Ororo Munroe. Azari grew up as a mutant possessing both Black Panther's powers and Storm's electrokinesis. Between the MCU's Toussaint and the comics' Azari, the mothers are different, the powers are different, the background is different. Toussaint is almost entirely an original character, and this shows how carefully Marvel has approached Chadwick Boseman's legacy. Now consider this. In the version of Wakanda Forever that was originally going to be filmed, T'Challa and his son Toussaint were both set to appear in the same film. Director Ryan Coogler revealed the film was planned as a father-son story. Chadwick Boseman's sudden passing changed everything, and that painful truth makes that scene feel so much heavier. The big picture. Young Avengers are coming. Now step back and look at the whole picture. Morgan Stark, Skaar, Love, Toussaint, and alongside them, Cassie Lang has now stepped onto the stage as a size-changing hero. Billy and Tommy Maximoff were born in WandaVision. Kate Bishop inherited Hawkeye's mantle. Is this a coincidence? Absolutely not. In Marvel Comics, the Young Avengers were written by Alan Heinberg and Jim Chung in 2005. The team's members included Kate Bishop, Cassie Lang, Billy Maximoff, Tommy Maximoff, and America Chavez. The MCU is right now building exactly that generation, piece by piece, film by film, series by series. Kevin Feige said that the introduction of these new characters means the potential is limitless. The Young Avengers project continues to dominate fan discussions as the most anticipated upcoming event. I think the most fascinating question is this. These children all have different powers and different backgrounds. Will Morgan put on armor? Will Skaar become an uncontrollable force? Will Love evolve into a cosmic being? Will Toussaint truly become Black Panther? I don't think Marvel will keep us waiting too long. And when that moment comes, where we once told Tony, "I love you 3000, the new generation will tell us, our time is now. So what do you think? Which of these children should lead the Young Avengers? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and write your favorite Avenger in the comments. Also, you can watch my video where I examine all the experiments ever conducted in Marvel by clicking the link. I've left my other social media accounts, TikTok and Facebook, in the description. Don't forget to follow me there too.